Well, welcome to Papa Bear's Peppers. Today we're going to be doing some transplanting of some peppers. Now, I showed you in the last video how I did my mass seed planting, and I've got a lot of them coming up. Here's the Moruga production strain from Kevin Bain. You can see how they've really taken off. And the Wartrix Black to Red, you remember those? I just planted those not too long ago. I've got lots of them in here and I'm going to be transplanting them. Now, to help with preventing shock and also to get them off to a good start, I'm going to be giving them some of the Bigfoot mycorrhiza concentrate to help with getting them started off and getting that microbial food web started. I want to make sure that I'm getting that contact with my roots so that they start off well. My Bigfoot starter, and this one I had pre-made. This is 1 teaspoon per gallon. This is really going to help them take off. Now, the next thing that I'm going to show you, I've got my dibber for installing these in, and also this. Now, this is from Bootstrap Farmer, and it's highly innovative in regards to, they are the first that I've seen of air prune type seed starting trays. And I don't know if I'm going to get it close. You can see those slots cut in the side. So they actually air prune your starts. That means you can leave them in the starter cells longer. The really cool thing about this, now I'll show you one that I've got full here, is that instead of being just solid all the way through, and here's another cool thing I figured is really easy to pluck this out like this. But as you can see here, give you a quick view, all those holes right there, those are where the air pruning is coming on, and there's air transfer within your system. These are awesome, folks. I'm telling you what, go over there to Bootstrap Farmer and look them up. They're really a great product. Now, you can also find these on Amazon and purchase them through there. Either way that you figure is the easiest, it's a great way to do it. So, what I'm going to be getting into today is actually pulling them out of the seed trays here, which really isn't that bad and it's not that difficult, even though, as you can see here, they're starting to get their first set of real leaves. So you got to be careful. You know that the roots are going to be started and coming along. Lastly, I have some of my Kang Star Lemon Starburst here that I'm going to be planting a few of those. And last thing that we're going to need here, plant tags. Now, what I like to do is take full plant tags like this and cut them in half to make 2 plant tags out of each one, so it'll look like this, cut in half. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to go ahead and get my plant tags, get everything set up, and we'll be good to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen up the soil so that I can get these free. And as you see here, what I'm doing is I'm just coming under and I'm scooping. I want to loosen up that vermiculite underneath. And that's the great thing about doing this, is it's really easy to loosen up the soil. Okay, so I've mixed it 1 teaspoon per gallon. For transplanting, dip bare roots and root balls into liquid solution. Do not dip in bare powder solution. It's not recommended at all. So I've got my tray here and I'm ready to go. Now I'm going to come over here and I'm just going to dip this in just like this. Go in a little bit, just like so. Put it right in there, and I'm just going to use my tool, my dibbing tool, to get it set into there. I'll make sure I get it set in is pretty deep. I want it down in there pretty good. So I put it in, bring in my soil around it. What I like to do is I'll do this and then I'll flip it over and write it again, because sometimes you have one side that fades and then the other side is fine. So I want to make sure I write it on both sides. One thing I wanted to show here, and you can see this is a cluster of little pepper plants, and look at how easy they're coming apart in here. And you're going to end up with almost a bare root situation. But look at this, I'm doing no damage and I'm not breaking up their roots. Talk about a way to save all your little pepper seeds. What I'm doing right now is I'm taking these things and I guess you could call it like I'm putting them in the sauna. I'm just letting them come in here, sit inside the mycorrhiza. And get these guys separated. And then just hanging them right on the edge. And look at, they just hang there, and I can just go ahead and pluck them right out and put them in their new homes. Just like that. It's that simple. Then I can really move fast on these transplants. And you can see I'm leaving the vermiculite in there because the vermiculite also is absorbing nutrients. And it's a very good thing to have in the soil with there. Now I have put vermiculite quite a bit into this soil that you see inside of here. So these new bootstrap farmer trays, I'm very impressed. Now these are, I went out and bought these because I liked what I seen. And whenever I can get something that'll air prune, it's gonna help dramatically with the amount of oxygen that's getting into the soil, and also to allow these plants to just continue to thrive and without being root bound. So let's separate these two. It's that easy, folks. You can see none of these are sticking together. That's the beauty of it. The old adage, yeah, just figure out which one's a strong one and cut the other one out. It's not needed. You can do it this way and you don't have to lose any of your precious little seedlings. And I haven't lost a seedling yet. I haven't damaged any seedlings. They go right in that mycorrhiza. I should also mention there's some other things, some nutrients that you're getting out of this too. So when you're dipping them into there, you're also getting some nice nutrients. You get biochar, you get worm castings, as well as all your endomycorrhiza. So you're getting quite a bit. That beneficial fungi coupled with biochar and worm castings that favor that. I'm going to leave this little clip here of transplanting one of my AeroGarden starts. Now I have seed starting trays for my AeroGarden, and I also do those. Let me show you this clip and then we'll come back. Personally, I tear off the top end of this sponge to expose as much of that root base as I can, like that. If I can, I like to come under here and break off the bottom of the sponge, like that. And I break it up so it'll come out. There's a little bit of root, but not much, just a little bit. And then last, I like to split the sponge like that, just to try and help it. And then I put them in the hole. Use my dibber to help the roots in. That root cluster just going into there. And then I just pop it in the hole. Cover it up. And before I top off the soil. All right. Well, as you can see, I'm a little bit rough on those AeroGarden starts, but I try and get as much of that plug as I can away from the plant, so that way it can just go ahead and take off with very minimal shock to it. It does a little bit. All of them have been doing really good on transferring. So this is a full week after planting, and as you can see, I have 100% survival. Now, the open holes that you see here and down here or simply I didn't have any plantings for those, so therefore I emptied them out so I could get more airflow in and to help with watering. So really I have 100%. I have not had any die off, thankfully, and they are starting to thrive. So go down there in the comments section, tell me what you think. Did you like what you seen? Was this helpful? Also make sure you go down there and hit that like and subscribe. Just kind of lets me know that I'm doing the right things. All right. Well, this is Harold with Papa Bear's Peppers. Have a great day and keep growing.